What's going on, everybody? We got another reaction video to get into today. Let's check it out right now.
A woman barricades herself inside her house. What officers don't realize is she's about to attack.
Well, if someone was to attack an officer, don't that person know that they could face some serious charges for that? That they could get arrested and stuff like that for that, you know?
What's her name?
Tamara.
Tamara, okay. Are the kids home or no?
No.
Okay. You want to clear the dog? Make sure.
Tammy?
Boy, it looks like the cops are close to going in that house. We ain't even hear them say that they had a warrant to go up in there.
Tammy?
If you're here, would the dog come out?
Come out and look to his head.
Yeah, no, come out to, see who's here.
She's got the dog locked up, I know.
Because we don't want to, I don't want an aggressive dog. Sheriff's office!
Tammy? You gotta get the dog in the closet or something, or in the bathroom.
How were they up in this house without even saying that they have a warrant for the woman or anything like that? You know, usually if a cop is going to go up in somebody's house, usually it's because they saying that they have a warrant to be up in there and get that person, right? But to just be stepping foot up in there could possibly be a not great idea, right?
I'm sorry that it had to come to this. You leave me no choice. I'm getting my stuff out.
Hey, Tammy, this is the sheriff's office. Would you mind coming to the balcony to talk to me for a minute, please?
All right, well, what about the stuff that's down here?
Yeah, maybe she's not even in the house at the moment. Maybe she went run and do some errands and she left the dog upstairs, you know, in a kennel or something. You never know. But, I mean, why would that person not just go downstairs? Because obviously if the cops are in there without a warrant, obviously that person would not be in trouble, right?
Here, can you get your meds?
I mean, it's...
And then...
Hey, Tammy, would you mind coming to at least so we can talk face to face, please?
Computer.
She may have. I'm not saying that this is true, but she could be trying to hide stuff.
Is that our boss? Oh.
Friends here? There they are.
Hi.
So another cop goes inside the house without even saying that there's a warrant or anything like that. Man, I don't understand this video yet. Anybody in the comments ever seen something like this before? A bunch of cops inside the house without a warrant? That's crazy. I ain't never seen something like this. Like, what other type of reason can they just go up in there for?
He's upstairs. She's got his stuff upstairs. And the dog is upstairs. So what would you like to do?
I want my phone, my wallet, my laptop. If I could get my clothes, if there's still one piece out, I would like to.
Schwab up there?
No, he's downstairs.
She doesn't have to tell me, but I mean, he can get his stuff. He lives here. Are they married?
Engaged.
And she said, "You took everything. You don't live here anymore," or something like that.
The quicker she comes to this railing, the quicker we all leave. You can go up there and get it.
But he said that dog is not friendly. It's protective of her and this house.
Are you trying to call her?
No.
Okay.
I was actually just made a list last night because I had the feeling this is...
Do me a favor, try to call her.
Don't make no sense. Like, exactly what are they talking about in this video so far? Is it about a man and a woman that's having a breakup or something like that? Like they're ending their marriage or something? And the man's just trying to get his stuff out the house and the woman is not letting him or something? Like, what's going on with this? Like, and how are the cops able to go up in this house without a warrant or anything like that? Is it something to do with marriage couples or something? Like, am I missing something here?
Tammy?
Get out of my house now! Get out of my house now!
Oh,
He wants
snap.
his stuff.
He doesn't have anything and I'm...
Oh, snap. So they go around the corner. Or the little stairway. Bro, and then all of a sudden they get this like crazy screaming coming from the top, bro, and like she just started going off on them, all right? Well, she has a valid point though to get out of her house, because it's not like the cops said that they had any warrant to be up in the house. But maybe they could be up in the house whenever it has something to do with marriage or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I ain't no lawyer. But, man, this is crazy. I don't understand it, y'all. Y'all gotta help me out on this one.
She lays a hand on us. I'm telling you.
What?
Lay a hand on me.
Get out of my house now.
Oh.
Get out of my house.
Bro, if that woman put, I know that the cops, don't have no warrant to be up in there, none like that, but if she pushes them, then she could possibly get herself into trouble. If she pushes them, that would be crazy. Like that's not a way that you settle things. If the cops are in there, illegally or anything like that, then she would have to settle that in court, not right then and there pushing them out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, she'd have to settle that in court, and like, maybe she'd get some money or something like that if she would if they would be in the wrong for being in her house at that point. Because I never seen a video where the cops just walk up in somebody's house behind somebody and stuff like that. I don't know though. Maybe it has something to do with marriage, like I said earlier. But this gotta be, like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, boy, and if she goes and put her hand on the officer or anything like that, boy, she could put herself into trouble. It's best to let the cops out. Let the dude get whatever he gotta get if it's a marriage that's ending and stuff like that, and he just want to get his clothes and leave. Just let that go on, and then settle things in court. Might be able to get some money. I don't know.
Get out of my house now. Get out of my house. You touch my dog.
Back up.
Get out of my house.
Back up. Don't-
Get out of my house.
Don't-
Go out of my house now.
Don't touch me.
Guys, again.
Don't-
You
sorry.
Get out of my house.
Hold up.
Get out of my house.
All right. Tensions are rising right now, very, 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 very fast. And you really gotta be kidding me. At first, we didn't hear a thing. We didn't hear this woman talk at all in the beginning of the video at all. And now we're getting her whole story. But she has a valid point to get up out of her house. Because how would the cops go up in somebody's house without a search warrant? You know what I mean? Or whatever kind of warrant. I don't understand it. I really don't. I never seen this before. But bro, this is crazy. I was not expecting this to happen. Not at all. Not even 2%. I thought for sure the man was just gonna get his stuff, and then the cops were just gonna up and leave, and everything like that, and then the guy would just leave. I wasn't expecting the woman to come down the steps and then holler and scream and almost looking like that she might even push the cop or something like that and get herself in trouble. Bro, I was not expecting that at all.
No, the traffic. I want him out of my house. I have COVID.
Okay.
Get out of my house.
I have COVID.
She was telling that cop that she wanted them out, that she wanted the guy out of her house because she has COVID, meaning that she might be sick at the moment and stuff like that, bro. And then she had nerve to tell that cop that right up in his face, screaming that in his face. She might get that cop sick from screaming in his face like that if she would have COVID. But you know how crazy that'd be if somebody's trying to tell you that they have COVID and they're screaming in your face about how they have COVID? Boy, I would be so mad. I done already had COVID. To where I don't want to get it again. I really don't want to ever catch no COVID again, bro. You talk about, you feel so down and so aggravated feeling, and then you lose your taste. Oh, man. Whenever you lose your taste, knowing how much you love to eat, knowing how much you love to taste, the food and everything, boy, that is one boring feeling whenever you go to eating.
You can't work all day.
Yes, I am. Get out of my house.
Okay.
I'm sick.
You're an anesthesiologist.
Don't get.
Boy, look. If I had an anesthesiologist that act anywhere near like that, like if I needed a surgery, I had to go through a surgery, and I knew that however you say that word, antiologist, whatever, had to put me to sleep before the surgery and stuff like that, bro. If I knew that he would act or she would act the way that she is acting, I'd be like, put me in another hospital. You gotta have a good reputation. You gotta have a good, look about yourself. You can't look too spooky And then at the same time, you can't be no crazy person that go scream at a cop face talking about I got COVID and screaming that in his face. You can't do that neither. If I know my anti-allergist did something like that, bro, I would not be going in that hospital. I wouldn't trust him to put me to sleep. Know what I mean? What's sad about all of this is that there's a dog involved, okay? You know, that poor little dog, he's probably trying to protect his owner, you know, and that's what the dogs think, that they're there to protect you, you know. Somebody go mess with you and your dog is gonna protect you. You know, they really try with all they might to protect you. You know, but trying to protect you against cops whenever cops have the right to do something, you know, and stuff like that, it's not the best idea to have your dog around trying to protect you, because your dog could get hurt or stepped on or accidentally tripped. You know, it might accidentally trip somebody onto the dog. You never know what could possibly happen. The dog might bite somebody and then get, you know, like, you know, so it's best to keep your dog away from bad situations that could possibly have a bad outcome. You know what I mean? Like the poor dog, the dog is just there to protect and watch over our household and you know, be part of the family. You know, a dog don't know nothing about if it's a cop or not. You know, a dog don't see that.
Don't touch me! You idiot! You're going to jail now. You just pushed an officer.
I did not.
Relax.
Help me.
Relax.
No, I'm not. Help me.
Tell me.
Help me.
Oh, bro. I don't know about this at all, bro. So she had pushed the cop. You gotta be kidding me. 100%. You gotta be kidding me. Because listen here. If you was to push a cop, you definitely gonna get more charges. You definitely gonna get a you know, not a charge that you would ever want to get. I mean, no charge. I mean, nobody wants to get no kind of charge, but pushing a cop, you definitely don't want that. You definitely don't want to do that. And I ain't no cop, I ain't no lawyer, but I kind of understand these type of things as a civilian. I know better than to ever push a cop, I tell you that. Man, you would never get me even to do that.
Help me! Help me! Help me! You pushed me.
Yes.
What's his name?
You've been pushing.
No, I did not.
pushing
I did not.
pushing all
Get my
of us.
hand.
You're spitting and
Leave
pushing.
my hand.
Oh man, you gotta be kidding me right now. Hopefully this ends in a smooth transition. You know what I mean? Like a smooth outcome. But at the same time, we're probably not gonna really see that, are we?
Alone, you're hurting me. Oh my God, leave me alone. No, I don't.
Don't kick.
Get off me. I got to go to the bathroom, you mother.
Medics for female.
Son of a.
You know, at first we didn't even hear anybody in the house, and now, you know, we see this person come downstairs, push a cop, scream in a cop face, talk about I have COVID and all this kind of stuff. Bro, 100%, that shouldn't have even happened at all. You know what would have been the best solution to this problem if she would have just let the dude go up in there. I don't know if they were married or not or whatever was going on, but she could have just let the dude get his computer or whatever else he was trying to get, you know, and then leave, and then the cops would have left, and then she would have been fine at home, right? She'd have been fine in the house all by herself with the dog. But I don't know what had happened to where she had went downstairs and got in the cop face and eventually had pushed the cop and everything like that. But that's how you get yourself into more trouble. That's the type of things that you really want to make sure that you do not do during any type of law enforcement encounter or police encounter or whatever, you know, dealing with the cops or anything like that, in the traffic stop or anything. That's the type of stuff that you definitely don't want to do if you get pulled over by the cops in a traffic stop or anything like that. Like push a cop, you definitely don't want to do that. It's always best whenever you're dealing with law enforcement to keep the calm, keep it cool, and keep the peace, you know, and be respectful. You know, respect others how you want others to respect you. Basically, that's what I really mean whenever I'm talking about it like this. You know what I mean? Like, But man, how crazy is this? We wasn't even expecting this in the beginning of the video at all. We didn't even see this go on. At first it was calm, cool, and collected. But everything turned on its own. Everything turned on its side all of a sudden. She come running downstairs at the cop push one of them. Boy, you talk about you push a cop, you could possibly even have jail time for something like that, I think. It's very possible, I think. And I'm not too sure because I ain't no lawyer and I ain't no cop. But I understand after watching so many of these videos, like traffic stops and stuff. Like, I ain't watched too many where they up in the house, but man, like this is one of the craziest videos I ever watched, I think, y'all. But man, what the heck was that? You know, you gotta make good decisions in life. You gotta be able to make your own decisions in life and be able to make them in a effective manner. You know, some that's gonna avoid the most trouble as possible. You know, like you wanna avoid trouble whenever it comes to law enforcement. You know, you want to avoid trouble whenever it comes to stuff in traffic stops. You know, you want to avoid trouble whenever you're dealing with police or cops. You know what I mean? Like that is simple and it's easy to understand.